Dudes and dudettes, this is Diligence here. As you can see, I'm actually in the office that they just moved out for me, and it's around 10 a.m. Hopefully nobody comes in at this time, and we can have a little chitty chat about MMAT. Okay, see, my voices are super down too, because I don't want anyone to know about this. This is why, like, when people fly you over to build them something, and you kind of have like more important things to do, like taking care of my own community and giving you guys some interesting hints and interesting, not really tips anymore at this point, because I spot some patterns. But before we go anything into morning price action or maybe some projection, depending on whether I'm in a mood or not, for the afternoon, and as you know, George is gonna have a presentation in the afternoon in about an hour. I guess that's still morning, no? Because most of us are on the West Coast. Well, for those of you who are saying, well, dude, number one, are you feeling better? Yes, I am feeling better. I haven't had a fever for about 3 days now, I think. But you know, the little coughing and everything still proceeds. It's no big deal. Got COVID tested, not COVID. So you guys, you know, I'm not gonna die anytime soon. Knock on wood, right? But anyways, before I get into anything, here's the disclaimer.
What's up, dude and dudettes? It's Dude here with Due Diligence. I want to let you guys know that we are not financial advisors, therefore we do not give financial advice. We are entertainers though, so therefore this video is for entertainment purpose only. Remember to like and subscribe.
Alright, see, we got smarter. We recorded that thing, but I think I need to get the music out of that one, or maybe put some funny music on that one. But yeah, and then also there's gonna be a disclaimer on the bottom of the screen. So here are some observations that I have, that I had for a couple of days now. It seems like our community or just retail flow in general love to chase. Okay, this is also a problem, not really like a problem I see in AMC. It's just the retail, it's like a retail flow, and we don't know when is the great time to chase or add volume, when is bad. Because what hedge fund can do is, okay, let me give you a very quick example. So let's go on this day. Okay, when is this day? This is Tuesday, which is 2 days ago. Okay, so on Tuesday, like it's sort of like a depression day, right? Like we have a huge going down volume, and we hit sort of like a let's just say a periodic low at this point, because you know, you never know if you show up to your girl's place and maybe you won't get any, you know. So then at this point it's like, okay, what's the worst case scenario, right? So this is gonna be one of those temporary worst case scenario we had in this week, right? And also as you know, Jay Powell's meeting yesterday wasn't that bad actually. Tapering talk is easing, because I mean, I predicted a month ago that tapering is probably not going to really happen until like late September. And when they realize that they have all of the data to tell them that tapering is really not a good idea, because I'll make a separate video about this. So in short, basically, if you start a tapering talk, exacerbated the tapering talk, and then basically you're getting money off of the market, right? From the market back into the Fed, okay? And by doing that, you're sort of pulling off like some of those unemployment benefit. And what's gonna happen is, right now you have a labor shortage. And when taper starts, there's no longer gonna be a labor shortage anymore, boys and girls. There's gonna be a labor overflow, because people realize they cannot collect unemployment benefits anymore. They have to go to work. And then for those of you who have a signing bonus right now, you guys are actually having a great premium right now. And what you guys can do is sign up to the signing bonus and wait until October. My prediction is in October there might be a labor, sort of like a labor shock for labor oversupply. But that's just if tapering talk you know, continues to sort of fade into our conversation flow with the Fed, right? Around like September. But right now, as of July, we are moderately safe. Let's just be honest, because the Fed realized that inflation is not really going anywhere, because they sort of missed some very interesting factors from previous months' data. But anyways, go back to MMAT, right? So you have a base, and then when we see when we see like this little chart, little candlestick going up, and then this is, I think this is institution with retail, right? Like we like to chase, okay? We like to chase up here. Like when the candlestick is not solid, that means some people artificially drags on the price. It's either people selling at a certain point, like over here, or the hedges sort of like short proportion of the portfolio just to drag on the price over here. And similar things happened like yesterday. Where's AutoZoom? We just love to chase. Also, we don't even chase in the right time, okay? So like similar things happens over here. Like around this point, you see this? Even though this candle is solid, but you see a quick sell-off right after. People are just not ready. Like we're not ready for a huge breakout yet. Even though I can just tell you right now that this is really funny about the stock, and there's not really a major resist line all the way up to $5. So this entire space is a vacuum. That means if we're just pumping a bunch of money, even by tonight, this thing can actually go over to $5. And then the next major resistance line is actually at 5.33. Like literally, like this entire section is just waiting for like just quick money, right, to fill it up. Literally this part. Wait, let me draw it real quick. It's this part. Like you see the smooth selling right here. Like you see this smooth selling. That means in reality, everybody knows that this thing is trading as a discount right now, right? With all the shenanigans going on, like Nasdaq trading back and forth, Georgie boy getting mad. Hopefully he doesn't get mad, very frequently, because he's what, over 50, almost 60 years old, dude. Old people, we all know. Guys, I know a lot of you guys are I don't really want to call you guys old. It's just you guys need to take care of yourself, okay? Like don't get mad. Getting mad is really bad. It really increases blood pressure and makes things way harder than before. And also, it's not really a great thing to have in a bedroom. Research shows that if you constantly have high blood pressure and you get mad all the time, like periodically, the bedroom manners taking a hit there. Okay, but anyways, for today, we're literally like the entire market, I think, is waiting for a presentation right now. You see, like earlier in the morning, we attempt to have a breakout like motion, but we aren't that successful. And as you can see, like if you see this pattern, you know that a bunch of people are playing sculpting, right? Like they just basically swing trade this stuff from yesterday. So what they did is they pick a spot from yesterday. Like if I were them, I would pick a spot like somewhere around here when there's massive breakouts, right? And then you just hold it. You bought this and hold it and wait until this morning. Because we have a volume spec at the end of tonight, last night, so then this morning's opening price will be higher than last night's closing price. So what they did is they just sell at that point. I think one of my viewers is doing that. Yeah, that thing. You see, this is literally people sculpting right now. It's just almost everyone is forming a habit. So I think in terms of short-term trajectory, MMAT is really good for swing and good for day trading. It's really sad that it's really sad that we technically we did enter a little bit too early. But anyways, this is it for MMAT. I think we're okay, but every time I said we're okay, we're not really okay, even though I really give a sort of a bottom line prediction, and then every time it just hits that bottom line prediction, so I'm just gonna stop doing that. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna be like, even though I'm positive, I'm very pessimistic. Guys, I'm so sad right now, okay? I feel really bad about this thing, so good luck. Like, what else can I say? Because I feel like every time I say something really positive, people are like, you're hyping us up. But in reality, like before Friday, if this stock doesn't hit $7, the retail literally lost this round because they had just blowed up our option chain literally. This is what really happened. Um, but yeah, for those of you who are interested in AMC, let's see. AMC. I mean, a lot of people are accusing me of spreading FUD for AMC, but was I wrong? Like at this point, right? Right? Literally at this point, just go check my videos. At this point, I'm telling you guys it's gonna drop. And guess what? What did it do? Bam! And I told you it's probably gonna go trying to go back to 40 because that's where a lot of the yearly contracts are at. But the thing is, the very tricky thing about options is if it's constantly changing, right? It's like how your boyfriend or girlfriend feel about you as time goes by. Like the first 3 months is great, you know, bedroom manners are great. You just want to stay in the bedroom forever. But afterwards, like when you get married for like 4 or 5 years, things gets a little bit tricky, right? So and here's the same thing, okay? We know that $40 is where, so 40 you can't even see here, right? $40 is where the majority of the flow, at least the bullish flow, right? The bullish flow want the stock to be over $40. So then their yearly contracts is safe. But for the short term, in terms of short term trajectory, this stock is more bearish than bullish. Even though sort of like right now, the market consensus for a price floor is around $30. Which was, so sorry, I didn't wear my glasses. $30 is around here. So right now, like the major support line is around like $32-ish, right? You can actually play around with this a little bit. You can actually day trade. This is day trading heaven right now. You can even make just do a lot of swings on the AMC too. And when I get back to my place, you know, I'm sort of done with this stuff that I've been doing for this company. Not really done because I still have a lot of work to do. They just agreed that I can go back, so I can move to another place. Yeah, we can. I will probably set up my live stream setup, and I'll probably do a before market open stream, and then maybe after market we can before the market close we can do something. I really want to learn with my viewers. I really want to do something fun with my viewers. You know, everybody's a community, and I think we're in this for a long run. So we're forming a family right here, and we can, you know, information flow. I got some very interesting information regarding supply chain, international supply chain, that I don't think a lot of people have. A lot of people realize that it's happening. And yeah, that would be pretty helpful. And for those of you who are interested in like oil futures, we can also talk about that. But we don't really trade directly oil futures because actually a lot of leverage, a lot of risk. But when I start live streaming, we can pick out some day trading options, and hopefully by then, you know, MMAT will go back to the point where I can start day trading. Because I don't really feel like putting more money into the market at this point, even though the tapering talk is, and at least in the next half a month, 15 days, we're semi-safe. But right now, it's a very tricky time, let's just be honest, especially with a lot of other things that are going on in the produce sort of area. I have a lot of like random knowledge and things going on in the market, and I would just do random DD on random shit. So a lot of times those things might not be useful to me, but it might be useful to you guys. But anyways, I think this is it for this morning brief. And for those of you who are interested in the probability of a double squeeze, I can tell you right now that I'm gonna make a video later today. Hopefully I don't need to work overtime today. But if I do, here's the short sort of like a schema of what I'm gonna talk about. The probability right now is that really depends on if George's presentation is gonna serve as a catalyst. If it does, let's just say if today's stock, it's an overestimate, right? If you go back to MMAT, if today's stock price actually closes like around $5, which I don't really see it happening, then we actually might see a covering action coming. But as far as this thing goes right now, you see It's trading down right now. So for those of you who are here solely for the squeeze, it might not happen this week. Let's just be honest. And a lot of our option contracts are just gonna expire worthless, and some of them are not even worth rolling because they're way too out of the money. You might wanna sort of like strategically roll it to a like way further. You want to do a leap option strategy maybe, but at this point we're paying too much premium way before, and with all these shenanigans, with the share transfer shenanigan, conversion shenanigan, it probably needs some time to recover, and we're forced to be in this sort of in a longer trajectory than we want it to be, right? Even though we know that in 10 years it's just gonna be a ubiquitous product, because the human future is in this space, as I talked about before. And for those of you who haven't watched our Dear George video, please go watch it. Please go share it on social media. Please go share it with everybody so then George can see it. And at the same time, we also build up some hype and some PR for MMAT too, right? But anyways, the probability right now is around like 30% for a double squeeze. Pretty low at this point. It might change. It might as well change by the end of tonight, because we get to see the data from the SHO. We know that they didn't cover last Tuesday, and I just waiting for confirmation to see whether they covered on Wednesday or not. I don't think they covered, so those guys haven't covered yet. So hopefully MMAT will stay on the threshold security for as long as possible. That would just mean that in the long-term trajectory would probably streak them even harder, because a lot of them are greedy, and if they're greedy, they keep shorting this. One of those days, one of those partner agreement comes out, and like, oh, we're just working with Palantir. Well, actually, it's not going to be Palantir, because I just somehow I started doing due diligence Palantir for the past 2 days. Let's just say Meta says, George comes out like, oh, we're pleased to say that we're just doing some work with NASA, and all of a sudden, right? All of a sudden, or something like, oh, we're just doing some 5G stuff with AT&T or something like that. But I don't think 5G infrastructure is with AT&T though. But I need to do more research on that. You guys can also go back and see their old contract with a Canadian company, I think. I'll be slowly posting more video about MMAT, their previous contracts. None of the streamers or YouTubers are actually talking about it. And I feel like a lot of them already abandoned ship. They don't really do a daily updates anymore, I guess. But it's great, right? You guys just come back and look at our content. I love it. All right, see you guys on the upside. If you haven't smashed the like button yet, go smash the like button. Share if you haven't subscribed. Just go subscribe to the channel. One click, turn on the notification. Premium content. You get to hear me ramble about all these informations you probably won't even hear on the mainstream market. Win-win here. Also, go watch the ads. No, I'm just kidding. See you guys on the upside.